Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Anime King 3. Sorry that it took this long, but here is a finale of What If Naruto Had the Power of Kratos and Thor. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels if you are new. Yes, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Yes, guys, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime Symbol, Anime Prince. All the links will be down in the description. And also, if you want your What If to be done by me, simply go ahead and comment on any of the latest posts and I'll jot it down for future use. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now, guys. So, the last part that we left off, Naruto and Jiraiya went on a journey. It was their job to locate the new Hokage, Senju Tsunade. As they made their way, Sakura also tagged along as well. As she bridged the gap between Naruto and Jiraiya, Naruto wasn't someone that talked often or speak up often, he just said what was on his mind. Jiraiya had to learn to understand that. But it's not like Naruto hated him or something. It was just the way that he spoke. However, as the time started to slowly pass by, he started to understand him. The group was attacked by Kisame and Itachi when Jiraiya wasn't there. Sasuke arrived as Naruto took on Kisame. Sasuke took on Itachi. Itachi was shocked to see that his brother now possessed the Mangekyo Sharingan. As the battle commenced, Kisame was a force of nature, powerful beyond description amongst the Akatsuki, an S-rank ninja, but when Naruto truly put it to him, he saw wrath as Naruto was still fighting like he was in hell. He ripped Kisame apart, he tore him to sunders, he made him bleed. He crushed Kisame where he stood, showing might that was greater than his own. Upon his defeat, Naruto went to assist Sasuke. Sasuke for the first time actually asked for aid, given how much he's been through and how much he's changed. This was a best and a great sign. He's changed for the better, it seems. They fought Itachi together. As Naruto summoned the Leviathan axe and froze the Yamamiro, he was able to show that his divine weapons were greater than the Susanoo. Itachi actually smiled in the end as he was put down by his brother after given the opportunity by Naruto as the Chidori met his heart. Sasuke collapsed as he was tired, but Naruto saw Itachi. He seemed to be happy, yes, as he died. The Akatsuki found out about this and it shocked them. They heard the rumors as well, they heard the whispers. It seems that boy Naruto Uzumaki was indeed something terrifying and dangerous, forcing them to pull back in their plans because 2 of their most powerful members were just killed. As for the group, they decided to continue on, bringing Sasuke as well. It turns out that what they were going through really resonated with Tsunade. It didn't take too long for her to see things differently as Naruto was able to talk to her in his very special way, convincing her to return. Eventually she did. Things were going well as months passed by. Everyone was growing. Sasuke was learning to adapt to change. His friends by his side as he was learning to open up, learning to accept the past and move on to create a better future. Yes, things were getting better. That is when we see Kabuto. Kabuto was being contacted by the residents of Orochimaru. The residue Orochimaru told him that he left behind a piece of himself, connected to reality itself, a special seal that he was working on. In order to bring him back, though, there had to be sacrifices. Kabuto wanted his master back and did not hesitate to do so when he was told what to do, slaughtering many, whispering words in ancient ways. Unfortunately, though, what he brought back was not his master but an abomination known as Vrax, the Breach Walker. Vrax was here for a person as Moolok and the Empty were now working together. Their sole thing was to bring Naruto down. Yes, it was their sole goal, their sole reason, their sole purpose to bring him down. That is what they desire, that is what they want. And that is why he was here. More time went by as Naruto and the others grew within the village. Years passing by as Jiraiya heard rumors and whispers and decided to investigate when he came across Vrax. He had killed an entire town. His reason was clear. He wanted Naruto and Jiraiya would serve a great purpose for him to get him. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and yeah, let us jump into the final episode, shall we? Let us begin now guys. We begin this episode with a flashback. It was a festival that was taking place within Konoha. Lanterns in the sky, fireworks, crimson and gold, as everyone was there. Sakura had dragged Naruto along, as he saw festivals as just unnecessary, crowded. But she wanted him to learn that it's these little moments that matter. The normalcy. That his life cannot just be spent training and preparing for the next battle. But she did respect his, privacy when it came to large crowds. So they stood on a hill together as they watched all the colors in the sky. "It's beautiful," she said, as she stood next to him holding his hand. Yes, that was all he said. She turned to face him, the look in her eyes. Determination, hope, and a bit of fear as well. "Naruto, She paused, composing herself. "I need to tell you something. What I've been holding back," she said. "I can't anymore. When you died, I thought I lost you forever, and it broke me completely. And when you came back, when I saw you, know that you were real, that you were alive, I promised myself I wouldn't hide this anymore. And we've been through so much since you got back. Finding the new Hokage, helping Sasuke adjust. And so much more time has passed by. It's time I finally say something. I love you," she said. "I'm in love with you. I have been for years. And I know that you don't do well with emotions. I know that talking about feelings isn't your thing. I know that you don't do well with that, and She was cut off as he kissed her. The exact moment, the largest firework went off in the background. It was like a magical moment. The entire world seemed to melt away, as it was only them that existed in that moment. When they finally pulled back, she looked at him. His expression looked softer than it's ever looked before. "This," he said quietly, his forehead resting against hers, "is more real than anything else in my life. More real than the empty. More real than the crossroads. More real than any fight I've ever been in. You make me feel human. Like I'm not just violence and power. A monster to be afraid of." "You're not a monster," she said. "You never were." "I'm something when I fight," said Naruto. "When I lose control. But with you." He kissed her once more. "With you, I remember why I came back. Why I refused to stay dead." They held each other there, in a moment of bliss and happiness. It was the first time that they've connected on that level. Back to the present time. Now 16 years old. Naruto had grown. He was 6 foot 2 inches. his body carrying the physique of a Spartan warrior. Broad shoulders, defined muscles. The kind of strength that was there even when he stood completely still. His hair was longer, most of the time tied back to keep it out of his face. But it wasn't just his physical presence, it was a weight of him. That aura when he stepped into a room, that feeling that made you knew that he was powerful beyond recognition. He also carried himself like someone who has faced the worst of existence and survived. Willing to fight whatever it takes, willing to go through any pain, any destruction in order to survive, to return to the ones that he loved. And over the past year and a couple of months, Sakura and him had bonded in ways that neither thought was emotionally possible. He smiled more now, not often but enough for the people in the village to stop flinching when he gave them that stern look. Even Sasuke has changed as well. Killing Itachi had gave him closure, not instantly of course. Not satisfaction that he expected at the moment. Revenge had consumed most of his thoughts. But after witnessing Naruto's death the first time when he thought it happened, that truly changed him a lot. And it seemed like it did for the better. And he was different, more open. He seemed to be spending time with Ino Yamanaka as of late. Her desire and love for him was never something that she hid away. So it seems like there was a great future for the both of them coming up. As for the Akatsuki, they remain a threat but distant. Losing Itachi and Kisame had made them gone quiet. It seems like they were properly assessing the threat that Naruto posed, knowing that he was too dangerous. Konoha once again had a enigma, a force that made the other nations knew better than to pull any silly moves. They were currently in a time of peace, as Naruto sat with Sakura. They were at the park just gazing towards two birds, which she pointed out, one of them big, the other one small. But they seemed to be a couple. Look, she said, that's us. Which one am I? Said Naruto. The big one, obviously, she said. Makes sense. You are pretty small. She nudged him in the side, smiling as she did. I meant personality, you jerk. You're protective. And I'm more delicate, she said. You punched through a boulder last week, said Naruto. Emotionally etiquette, she said to him. You made a Chunin cry during training yesterday, said Naruto. Okay, fine. The metaphor did not work, she said. But it's still cute. Naruto smiled, genuinely smiled when suddenly he froze. The muscles inside of his body recognizing something. She felt him stiffen as they were close to one another. What is it? She said as she saw him step up. I do not know, he said. Something feels wrong. He started to walk and she started to follow him, realizing that he was heading to the tower. His instincts were never off. He did not knock, he did not wait, he simply opened the door. Jiraiya stood inside with Tsunade. He turned when they entered, his expression breaking into a grin. Hey kid, he said. Long time no see. Was just telling Tsunade about my travels and Naruto moved in and sent Jiraiya through the wall. A brutal punch that had the wall exploded outwards as he crashed on the street below. Tsunade flew up in a rage. Naruto, have you lost your mind? What's wrong? Why did you do that? Tsunade said. Naruto walked towards a hole that he created. I don't know who that is, but it's not Jiraiya. Tsunade moved to his side looking down in disbelief when she saw Jiraiya's limbs starting to snap back together. As for a brief moment she saw his face disfigured and not human. He then got to his feet and jumped. As the both of them stepped back, Anvus immediately mobilized. He landed where Naruto had punched him through. Who are you? Said Tsunade. And here I thought I was a wonderful actor, Jiraiya said, his grin a bit too wide. Hello there. The name is Vrax, but you are incorrect. I am your so-called Jiraiya. Or rather, I've taken over his body, his memories, everything he was. Snappy eyes went wide. Where is he? He's dead, Vrax said. Don't worry, Hokage-sama. He suffered quite a lot as I ripped him apart and consumed his soul, and took his form. Snappy dropped. As the envoy was there, she couldn't believe what she heard. Sakura's eyes widened. Snappy felt like she was physically struck. Naruto, on the other hand, his expression did not seem to change. On the outside, that is. What are you? He said. Consequences, Vrax said. His face twisting into something monstrous for a second as he smiled. Moolok sent me. I am what happened when you break the fundamental laws of existence, when you escape death itself, when you kill armies within his realm. I killed Moolok. You thought you did. You tore through him to get to back to your world. Destroying him like that though did not kill him, although it did take quite a lot for him to recover. But my master is alive, and he has sent me here to make sure that you suffer for what you did. Naruto stepped up. You came here bragging about killing someone I care about. Tell me, how do you think this would go? Vrax laughed. It sounded like breaking glass. I've spent a long time watching you. Well, not up close. I've studied your habits though, hearing things about you. And over the years you've grown weak. Extremely weak. You've gotten soft, attached. You don't seem like a warrior anymore. Now you're just a pathetic Naruto across the distance instantly. And send him through the window as he was also with him as well. Both of them crashing down below, Naruto's fists starting to beat into his face until they hit the pavement. Naruto grabbed him and threw him through a building. He smashed through another one as he crashed hard. Snappy was quiet as she stood there. The loss of Jiraiya had hit her deep. Deeper than she would have ever thought. But how could they have not known? How could the Toads have not known? Maybe this creature was lying. Maybe Jiraiya was still in there somewhere. She didn't know. However, she had to calm herself down. She had to protect her village. When she gazed outwards and realized that Naruto was luring it outside of the village. Move. Get the civilians away from the area, she said, not wanting any of them to die. Sakura though wasted no time as she jumped down, running, when she came across none other than Ino and Sasuke. Sasuke saw her. Sakura, he said. What's wrong? It's Naruto. He's in trouble. What? They quickly followed. Meanwhile, outside of the village walls, Vrax pulled himself up, his misshapen form already starting to heal. You will suffer for what you did. Breaking the laws, for escaping, for killing. Naruto hit him again. You underestimate me, boy, Vrax said, laughing as he fully pulled himself up. I'm far stronger than you believe, he said, towering over Naruto, disfiguring Jiraiya to around 9 feet tall. He delivered a vicious hook, fast and insane, that sent Naruto through dozens of trees. His arms multiplied, the 6 of them moving independently. They could strike through solid stone or steel with ease. And he was keeping up with Naruto. For the first time since returning from the crossroads, Naruto was being challenged. There was no S-rank ninjas that was as strong as Vrax. His power was abnormal. He could distort reality slightly, entropy, manipulation, techniques that were born in a realm of darkness and death. He was not normal. He once again sent Naruto crashing hard. You see, you've gotten soft. The warrior who thought he killed Moolok. Now is nothing but a sniveling worm. He smiled as he approached Naruto. Maybe Vrax was right. Over the years, Naruto has calmed down quite a lot. He's not truly using his strength. Because he knew the moment his anger took a hold of him. But for this thing killed Jiraiya. He was the closest thing that he had to a father, which treated him as such. The man was trying to repent. He was his godfather. He never knew his real father. Naruto's eyes snapped up as they were crackling with lightning. His speed quadrupled. The air seemed to fluctuate as Naruto hit him for what he called a face. Vrax banged on Naruto's fist. Naruto grabbed him and beat him into the ground. The lightning summoned the hammer. Divine energy came from the sky. The thunder screamed. When Naruto hit the ground, the forest exploded. Hundreds of trees rooted and blasted away. Naruto flew into the sky. He spun the hammer until it spun so bright, like a newborn star. He then came down and once again, this time, the entire clearing, it flattened. The impact was devastating. The three of them, Ino, Sakura, and Sasuke had to duck for cover. Sasuke providing the defense. The ribcage of the Susanoo surrounded all three of them, keeping them safe. As they continued their path, arriving, Tsunade was also making her way, moving as fast as she could. She arrived as she saw them. Naruto was standing over Jiraiya, misfigured and broken, when suddenly Jiraiya's voice started to speak as such. "Please, kid. He's lying. Don't kill me. I'm still in here. I'm fighting. Don't kill me, please. Jiraiya begged." Naruto heard the sound as he turned to see the others over to the side. Vrax used that. His hand changed. What seemed to be a spear as he drove it through Naruto's stomach. Sakura's eyes widened, but Naruto grew even more pissed as he raised his hand. Lightning. It screamed from the sky. The final blow to rid his existence away from here. The anger of the Thunder God. The lightning decimated the ground in that singular area, perfectly under Naruto's control to strike Vrax with all of his might to vaporize him. Vrax screamed in agony and anguish, his existence being destroyed. His body was being dissolved. However, something was wrong. As Vrax started to die, his body started to glow with a sick purple light that distorted reality, it seems. This was a fail-safe. Well, his purpose. The force knocked Naruto back as he skidded on his feet, taking a stop as the bubble got larger. Tsunade shouted, "Get back!" But it was too late. It seemed to defy the normal physics. The bubble, the bottom of it spread. Everyone jumped back, but Ino and Sakura, their shadow was caught. They were personally targeted. It wasn't that they were that much slower, they were targeted. It did not touch them, it touched their shadow. Both girls immediately seized up in mid-air, frozen like they were struck by some sort of machine. The next moment they were yanked. Naruto jumped forward. They were pulled into the bubble as Naruto struck it. He struck it again as it started to crack. He called for his hammer and struck it as it broke. Ripping it open, Naruto was trying to enter, but the girls were being yanked into something as he reaching to grab Sakura's hand, but she was pulled away. Naruto's eyes widened as he roared, trying to tear through the smoke, but in the final moment he heard the voice of Vrax. "I am a breach maker. My goal was to die by your hands. Upon my death, those around me will be sent back to my origins." My goal was to bring you back. However, you are stronger than I thought. Seems your power prevent me from dragging you through my breach. But it doesn't matter. These two will do nicely. The young feminine form of this world, from what I learned, is something that has the male species as yourself doing whatever it takes to get them back. They are sent to the crossroads where I was created. Let us see if you can find them. The smoke dissipated completely as Naruto collapsed down to his knees. Sasuke was right there, Mangekyou Sharingan, trying to find something, but no. Sasuke said. Naruto was quiet though as he realized they were taken to the crossroads, the realm of eternal suffering, the place he escaped, to the hell that they weren't prepared for. The sky over Konoha darkened as lightning seemed to crackle across the heavens. Tsunade could feel it. It felt like everything was going to be destroyed. She stepped up to calm Naruto. She had to be professional. Naruto, we'll find them. We'll find a way to get them back. They're in the crossroads, Naruto said, as he turned towards her. Time skip. The office wall was still broken, but there was no time to address that. Naruto sat in silence as the others were discussing, talking. All of them were there. The weight of failure pressed down upon Naruto like a physical weight. As Sasuke turned, how are we gonna get them back? You said they were in the crossroads. How do we go there? You can't, Naruto said. The crossroads isn't a place that you can walk to. It's a realm outside of the normal realm. A dimension where suffering and chaos rules. Where the damned are sent to be tortured beings from other realms. So you can't simply go there or teleport there. But you escaped, Kakashi said, standing to the wall. I clawed my way out, killing everything in my path, breaking through fundamental laws that were placed on existence. I barely made it out, Naruto said. Then we find another way, Sasuke said. A jutsu, a seal, something. However, there was a massive poof. The toads had arrived. They had felt it, the severing connection a moment ago, and they wanted answers. It was Jiraiya boy. They could feel his disconnection between them and him. They didn't know where he was. Maybe that would have been the way to find him, but they couldn't. The office was silent, as Tsunade was the one to speak. He's gone, she said. You could hear it in her tone. The toads knew nothing of the crossroads though. They knew nothing how to get there. Naruto finally got up. I'm going to save them. How? Tsunade said. I have to die. The words hang in the ear like a bomb. What? Are you insane? Tsunade said, looking at him like he was crazy. It's the only way. When I die, I'm teleported there, to the empty, and then to the crossroads. I will find them and I will bring them back. And if you can't, if you die and you're trapped there, unlike the last time, I won't be trapped. The last time I didn't know what I was doing and I still escaped. I was confused, but now I have a greater purpose more than any other. This is insane. We're not just gonna kill you, said Tsunade. Without help, they won't escape. They will be tortured, hurt, broken because of me. Because I didn't end this, I let Moolok survive by not making sure I tore him apart, everything that he was. And he's punishing me because of that. And I will not allow them to suffer because of this. It wasn't a question that I was asking, said Naruto. Naruto turned towards Sasuke. You want me to kill you? Yes. I will be back in 30 minutes. Take that time to consider what I've said, or I will take matters into my own hands. Once Naruto left, we can't, seriously, be thinking about doing something like this. That statement hung in the air. It's the only way, Sasuke said. You heard him. Sakura, Ino, they're trapped. And they will be tortured if something is not done. But killing Naruto, he came back last time. He died and fought his way through hell. And if there's one thing I believe, is that nothing can stop Naruto Uzumaki from getting what he wants. And this time they have the one that he loves. He won't fail. You have so much faith in him that he will come back. Despite the fact that they're ready for him, said Tsunade. He never breaks a promise. Not once. He will come back and he will bring them back. Tsunade looked towards Sasuke. Kakashi looked towards him as well. The unwavering faith. He will save them. 30 minutes later, Naruto had his weapons. He had them strapped to himself. The Leviathan axe, the blades of chaos, Mjolnir. He didn't know if they were going to make it with him, but the last time he did not have them, maybe they would dissolve into his essence, he didn't know. I need you to bury my body, the same as you did the last time, said Naruto. He just wanted to make sure that everything was in the right place. Sasuke nodded swiftly. Naruto looked at Sasuke. I will come back. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Do not lose faith. Keep the village safe. Protect everyone while I'm gone. You have the power to do so. Sasuke nodded. Be careful, said Kakashi. As much as I think this is a stupid idea, it might be the only way to stop all of this and save them. Tsunade approached as she looked at Naruto, fighting the instinct not to scream that this was a stupid idea. But it might be the only way. If he's there, bring him back as well. Please, she said to him. I will. He knew that she was talking about Jiraiya. As Naruto stood there, Sasuke looked at him for a moment. The place was silent and quiet until the sound of the birds. It was fast. The Chidori ripped into Naruto's chest. Meanwhile, unknown location, Jiraiya sat within darkness. His mind felt like it was fracturing. How long? Years? Decades? Centuries? Time did not flow the same way it did in their world. Maybe weeks, maybe months. His body did not change, but his mind. His human mind could not handle the time fluctuation. Vrax had taken Jiraiya's body. Jiraiya consciousness was still in there, but it was dominated completely. It couldn't come out, it could not show. When Vrax died, Jiraiya consciousness also came here, but while he was fighting, while he was roaming the world within Jiraiya's body, Jiraiya was trapped in a darkness pit of illusions, where he saw suffering and chaos, the embodiment of what Drax was made out of, as he fed on those things, the weakness of your human emotions. Jiraiya saw them as they just arrived. He was confused. He was here before them. Pink here, blonde here. Where are we? Sakura asked. Jiraiya didn't answer. He looked at them for a moment, watching them very carefully until Sakura spoke. Jiraiya-sama, it's you, she said. I'm not falling for this, not against it, Jiraiya. It's me, Sakura. Sakura Haruno. Don't you remember? Prove it. Tell me something only the real Sakura will know. What did I say to Naruto? And you told me that you wouldn't answer when we were on the trip to find Tsunade. Jiraiya looked at her for a moment. However, with perfect detail and clarity, she remembered and said it. He was shocked. The others in his illusions did not know anything about his past, because they were just that illusions feeding on parts of his mind, but it seems like they did not know everything. How? Jiraiya said, confused, sounding beyond happy to see them. In here he felt like he was losing it. They told him what happened. Jiraiya was furious at being used and manipulated as he told them how he came across the creature. How were we gonna get out of here, Ino said. She looked around. Sakura got up. There is no point, Jiraiya said. Nothing can break those. I don't have access to my connection with the toads anymore. I can't reverse summon us out of here. We're stuck. He will come, Sakura said. Naruto will find a way to save us. Based on your story, how would he know that the both of you are here? Besides, from what he said, the only way to reach this place is to die. And he's not... Jiraiya paused, knowing that Naruto would do whatever it takes. He will save us, Sakura said, refusing to release those words. Until the temperature started to drop, and then it became cold like ice and hot like the sun. Metaphor, that is. But it was intense. Moolok arrived. 12 feet tall, his obsidian form cracking with lava. He grabbed the bars as he opened it and stepped inside. Sakura did not hesitate, neither did Jiraiya, as Ino raised her hands, trying to take control of his mind despite being frightened. Moolok sent them all flying with a wave of his hand as they crashed into the bars. Welcome to your new home, your eternal home. Sakura struggled to get to her feet. Naruto will come for us, and when he gets here, you're going to pay for everything you've done. Moolok smiled. Good. That is exactly what I want. I want him to come here. I want him to return back to my realm, to my territory. Because unlike last time, this time, there is no escape. This time, he shall suffer torment that no human mind can possibly understand. First, we will break him mentally. Endless trials, endless tribulations. And at the end of it, he will suffer damnation beyond anything that he's ever faced for what he did. Until then, enjoy your stay. Think of it as eternity in preview, he said, slamming the bars shut. And once again they were impenetrable to them. Meanwhile, Naruto opened his eyes as he pulled himself off the ground. He was standing in the crossroads. That's odd. He thought he would arrive in the empty, but no. He was in the crossroads as he stood around looking confused. But the place was empty. The red sky, the smell of sulfur and ash was still there. Why am I not in the empty? He looked around confused by what is going on. Unless the empty had learned from the last time. It changed the rules because it knew that it could not put him back to sleep, that it could not bind him where he was. So it sent him to the crossroads. It was just as Snedy and the others had said. They were prepared for him, but he did not care. None of this mattered. All that mattered is finding them. Naruto started to walk for what seemed like an hour or so. No demons, no monsters, no torturers performing endless duties. Just a barren empty land. When suddenly, well, I didn't expect to see you again. Naruto turned as his weapon manifested. It started to until it stopped. He remembered this one. Vasago stood there, the multi-eyed creature that had accompanied him on his first journey. His 15 eyes blinked in amusement. You came back. Voluntarily, perhaps. Well, it seems. Let me guess. Moolok took someone precious to you. How do you know that? Well, when you escaped, I saw that he, returned and regained his power. Not to mention all of the monsters were cleared out. I was told to leave as well, but you know me. Always a curious one. So I decided to stick around. It would have probably caused my death, whatever it is, but I live for the thrills. Life and death situation and all. And the moment that you were here, that was the funnest time I had in a long while. Other than torturing souls, that is. Where are they? Said Naruto. Where has Moolok hidden them? So it's a rescue mission, Vasago said. Moolok has been busy. You see, since you came and I learned about the empty and everything, they have been working together. Things that shouldn't exist here does exist now. You see, he summoned creatures from the empty, or the empty gave it to him. Shadow possession of themselves, not the creatures, the shadows of them which he cultivate with his own power, making them back into what they formerly were. Gods, titans, monsters, all sorts of abominations. So they're working together, said Naruto. Yes, an alliance of primordial forces, all working together for one reason and one reason only. To see you suffer. It seems like they want to make it a long suffering time for you. The journey to where he probably is. Well, considering that the place is filled with these monsters, it's almost endless. The tattoos on Naruto blaze the life. The blades of chaos. They came from the power within him. The real weapons were not here, but they were almost as powerful. The hammer crackled with lightning, the Leviathan froze the ground, even in a place like this. He was ready. You're planning on rescuing them and escaping, are you? No, said Naruto. I'm going to kill everyone that comes across my path. And I'm going to destroy the empty and Moolok. You know, even if that is possible, I mean destroying the empty, I don't think that is the best thing for you to do. What? The empty contains a lot of things that, well, refuse to say dead. I mean, the empty put them to sleep for eternity. Because they're gods and demons and things like that that are a lot more powerful than most. But maybe you could destroy its mind. Maybe those weapons of yours could destroy what drives it. You know, the personality. What makes it what it is. And simply revert it back to the former self that it formerly was. What do you mean? Well, I've been doing some research. Before all of this, the empty was just that, nothing. But the more creature that it's stored and trapped, because there are laws on reality and all sorts, because some things just can't die, it grow personality and, well, not emotions, it's the empty, but it grew a personality. But if you destroy that, it would just return back to its former state. I think that is the best way rather than just destroying the empty, which I don't think is possible. However, a personality is built over the millennia because of the countless beasts and monsters that it absorbed. Maybe you could dominate and crush that. Then that is what I'll do. Naruto started to walk. Hey, wait up. Another journey. I'm tagging along. Besides, this is going to be fun, Vasago said. As Vasago showed him the path, Naruto saw them. Beasts from other worlds, other dimensions. All of them touch and pull from the empty. Their shadows imbued by Moolok's power and connection to the crossroads. Things that were once gods, now twisted into the servants of Moolok. Titans of bones and fire, abomination, things that made nightmares. When they saw Naruto, they attacked immediately. Naruto's power, fueled by his anger and revenge, is essence of his core. The blades of chaos carved through everything. Milner lightning poured from his very essence, reduced them to dust. He froze the entire battlefield with the Leviathan axe and shattered them with a hammer. Vasago watched like a child stepping into a candy store, as he was having a lot of fun. Time skip. 4 months pass in the elemental nation. 4 months for them. With that, the Akatsuki started to move, unaware about Naruto and his circumstances. First they went after the Kazekage. However, Sasuke, Kakashi and others, they decimated Sasori and Deidara. But it was after that mission that a man paid Sasuke a visit going by the name Tobi. He told Sasuke everything about the Uchiha massacre. Sasuke lost it. The man did not try to take him, but he wanted Sasuke to commit atrocities within revenge. But Naruto words played through his mind as Sasuke sat for days with those information. Protect the village. Keep the village safe. That changed him. Maybe if it wasn't for those words and what he's already been through, he would have sought destruction. The third Hokage was dead, but the one that was truly responsible. He made his way to Tsunade to talk to her. When she learned of this, learned what Danzo had done, what Danzo had pushed for, Tsunade made moves. Danzo, on the other hand, with Naruto gone, decided that none of them could stop him. Sasuke was praying for that. Sasuke went on the warpath, having had Tsunade implanted Itachi eyes some time ago. The eternal Mangita Sharingan was a death sentence for all of his enemies. Danzo died screaming. Sasuke felt no remorse. The remaining root ninjas gave up, as they either fight or do what they were meant to do, and that was to serve Konoha. The masked man, believing that Sasuke would have stepped over the edge, returned, but Sasuke was waiting for that. Sasuke saw his technique, his Sharingan, documenting it, and Sasuke fought him. Just like his brother, he could burn the untouchable. They let loose within the grounds of the Uchiha clan, where Sasuke was confronted. The masked man was powerful, but Sasuke eternal Mangita Sharingan along with his Amaterasu flames, it gave him the edge. The battle ended with the Uchiha's victory and the Uchiha's loss, as the masked man was also a Uchiha. But Sasuke would not know that. He decided to extinguish everything. He set him ablaze with the Amaterasu, after countering that special technique of his, the Kamui, ridding the world of one of the greatest threats. The place was swarmed with many, Tsunade believing that Sasuke had lost it, but when they found the remains of the one that attacked him, another big part of the organization was destroyed. Sasuke was different, even more so than before, knowing that there's a world that can turn his brother into a monster. Maybe his goals should be unchanged and that for the better. Even though they haven't returned, even though they were not here, Sasuke knew that Naruto would return. Maybe that was what was driving him. Maybe it was his romantic feelings that had developed for Ino. His friendship with Sakura, all of it. It was weeks after that. Pain of the Akatsuki decided to attack, not giving Konoha much of a break. Not knowing what happened to the Nine Tails, but surely believing that the full might of his path would destroy everything. Might Guy, Kakashi Hatake, and Sasuke along with the other root agents worked together to force him out of the village, where Sasuke let loose. He summoned the perfect Susanoo. When Pain tried to trap all of them in his spear, he split it out of the sky. The battle was brutal and violent. Tsunade with her slugs that swarmed the area found Nagato. Sasuke tracked him. Konan tried to fight. Sasuke burned her until nothing was left. There was no questioning, no begging for life, nothing at all. Sasuke destroyed him. He was already weakened, pushing himself because of the battle. Sasuke plunged his Chidori through his chest. Once again a victory for Konoha. Some life was lost, but They will be mourned. Their actions to stand up and fight for their village will be respected. But still, the ones that he was looking for still haven't returned. Time skip. Their body only aged a couple of months, but their mind felt like years were passing by, which was odd. Focus. Jiraiya told the girls as Ino was barely hanging on. Sakura had to slap her when she almost lost it. Focus, Sakura said. Following Jiraiya's words, they could not afford to lose it. They had to keep focus, to keep on going until he comes, because Naruto will come. Meanwhile though, Visago was intrigued, being an immortal entity himself. Naruto never slowed down. He didn't rest. Fueled by some power that is driving him, he just didn't stop. Naruto's body was resisting the passage of time. The others were trapped in that cell, where it seemed to keep them alive. It was because of Moolok as his goal to torture Naruto for what he did. If he truly allowed them to be harmed by the passage of time, they would have died a long time ago. Yes, Sakura and all of them would have died except for Jiraiya. Jiraiya's situation was different. His body was ripped apart by, well, the one that was controlling him, so it was different for him, but the other girls would have died. As for Naruto though, he seemed to have aged only 2 years, despite it only being 4 months in the outside world. 2 years he had only aged, making him even more stronger than before. The older he got, the more stronger he became for both sides of his power, and his stamina was endless. Naruto did not stop. He didn't get tired, he didn't have enough. This was their plan, to wear him down, to show him that his path was endless, but Naruto refused to give up. The lightning that surrounded him never dimmed, it never wavered, because it was fueled by his own essence. And the lightning started to grow stronger, and stronger, and stronger, and stronger, more powerful than it's ever been. As Naruto himself started to lose it, his desperation turned into rage. Moolok within his throne room felt it. The passage of time was nothing to them. Moolok felt it, the entire space trembling. The very essence of the crossroad feeling like it was being torn apart. And he smiled. The empty was close by, cloaked in shadow, shadow-giving form. He approached. He's destroying everything that we send this way. I know. I can feel it. Every creature I empowered, Titan, gods. He's destroying them all. Not just that, he's stronger. The more time that passes, stronger he becomes. His body is immune to most of the time that has passed by, which is why our alliance was necessary. Now you can see. You can't fight him the way I can. That is why you must give me access to you. With your power, I can fight him because you cannot utilize yourself the way I can. Connecting through your endless connections that you've conquered over eons. Allow me access to all of them, the gods. The empty. Something that did not have emotion but went on logic. Saw that as, well, what it should do. In exchange of receiving the power of greatness, destruction, and everything, they shall make the one that escapes suffer. Moolok smiled. It's a deal. And that is where the empty messed up. Keep in mind that it did not possess emotions. Even if it might seem angry, it was just because Naruto broke the framework. And this was logical that it should happen this way. Maybe it did have a understanding of what emotions are, but it definitely doesn't feel it. And that is why it did not see that coming. That is why it was so naive when Moolok seized control. What is this? What are you doing? Simple, controlling you. Allowing me access to your framework is like giving me the code to what makes you. While I cannot take over the empty, I can suppress this personality of yours that has grown because of the connection with all of the creatures that you've absorbed. By severing it, And in doing so, I can connect through all of them. You will become my personal guard dog and my fuel, Moolok said as he transcended. Moolok was no longer the Obsidian King, a being that combined his own strength with the primordial essence of the empty itself. Finally, he felt Naruto approaching. Moolok smiled. Bring them, he said. Creatures brought the massive cage where Sakura, Ino, and Jiraiya were. Moolok made his way off his throne, smiling as he did. Meanwhile, Naruto finally found Moolok's throne room. Far away than it was supposed to be, but that was a test to mess with his mind, to mentally break him. But it did nothing but make Naruto stronger. Moolok came down like a god. Even his form had changed, looking more sleek and dangerous. He held a massive cell with one hand like it was nothing. Sakura saw him after all these years. I knew you would come. For the first time in a long while, Naruto felt emotion because he had shut it off while fighting these abominations. I promise. He looked towards Moolok. Let them go. No, I will not, said Moolok. You see, boy, while you've grown strong since we last met, I now have the power of gods running through my veins, he said, putting the cage down. And now, I shall make you suffer for the humiliation. Moolok moved. His power, his speed, it surpassed everything. Naruto did not even fully see him, just a blur. Moolok kicked Naruto so hard that the space itself seemed to tremble. Visago watched from the distance, observing as Naruto crashed into lava. Naruto exploded out of it though, but Moolok flew. He grabbed Naruto by the throat and sent Naruto into the ground. The entire place crashed. He smiled as he beat Naruto through his castle, causing his entire domain to collapse upon Naruto, but he did not care one bit. Naruto pulled himself up, bleeding. He felt pain, so much pain. Mjolnir started to crackle with lightning as Naruto threw it, until Moolok caught it with his hand. Yes, he just casually caught it with his hand like it was nothing, smiling as he did. It wasn't just the rules that Naruto could wield it anymore. Moolok had grown to heights. His very essence denied anything. His very presence was an anomaly. He held the divine weapon. See? I told you. He threw the hammer aside. The battle that followed shook the foundation of the crossroads. Naruto unleashed everything. Everything, the blades of chaos, everything. The Leviathan axe was broken and discarded. The Obsidian King, or should I say, the king of everything. Moolok just kept on coming. Moolok started to beat Naruto just for the fun of it. He started to drag Naruto across the ground. You're strong, boy, he said, his tone mocking but not strong enough, as he pulled Naruto out of the lava and bit cleanly through his arm. Sakura screamed in a cage. Moolok grabbed Naruto by the hair and held him up. Naruto was beaten, bloody and bruised. Moolok moved his hand as the magma turned into a massive cross as he pinned Naruto on it, one arm. Massive spikes ripped through Naruto's back and tear through his chest, his arm and his legs. Naruto lay on it, broken and defeated. Watch as I now devour what you spent centuries searching for. Moolok was embarrassed. It wasn't an emotion that he should feel, but a creature of his caliber was embarrassed by the defeat. He did all of this just to make Naruto suffer. The cage was brought towards him. Naruto started to scream. As he watched the look in her eyes, he was gonna fail her. He was gonna fail her. He wanted to save them all, but His need to save Sakura outweigh everything else. Despair, pain, anguish, all of it scream into Naruto's veins. Naruto's body started to glow unnaturally. The tattoos. The power from within started to go deeper into something that shouldn't exist. But from the outside, Moolok paused as he looked to the heavens that were endless until they started to goddamn crack. What the hell? Naruto wasn't just pulling lightning from himself, he was pulling it from every dimension, every corner of existence, every storm. Using the power to fuel him, he was becoming the god of the sky. And the power within him, that Spartan rage, fuel, it started to go into overdrive, showing that his power was indeed endless. As he broke through his ceiling, shattering his restraints, shattering the mental and physical barriers that might have held him together. As he went beyond divine, billions of lightning. That was just the start. Trillions. That was just the second phase. The number that represented them all was too long to say in mortal tongue. When all of that slammed into Naruto, his arm regrew. The god of war, the thunderer, the storm incarnate, all of it, everything came together. Naruto expanded physically. Naruto transformed, same size as Moolok, fueled by his own power, reshaping his very essence itself. No longer just a representation of his will. His hammer, his axe, his blades all came to him, transformed by the power coursing through him. Once again they fought, Moolok still believing that he had the edge. They fought across the crossroads, a space that was here since the beginning, was being destroyed. It was connected to reality. That means reality was becoming undone. When Mjolnir spread lightning, it didn't just destroy, it judged, spread through corruption and evil with a righteous fury. When the Leviathan axe struck Moolok, it didn't just freeze, it dropped. Everything, every essence, everything. When the blades of chaos plunder, they didn't just burn its flesh, they burned its existence. Moolok was starting to lose. Impossible! Impossible! As he screamed, the dimension ruptured. Moolok threw everything that he had at Naruto. Everything that he had. He summoned the power from his depths. His blows able to punch through space, and yet Naruto caught them and redirect them. Naruto fist bashing in his face. Both of them were pushing themselves to new heights as Moolok's body started to break. He was pulling from the empty everything that was ever stored there since the beginning of time. Moolok's body couldn't contain the power as he attacked once again. His fist slammed into Naruto's face, but Naruto did not move. The punch was extremely weak because Moolok's strength was diminishing fast. His body could not handle the power. Even he had his limits. He thought he remade himself, but no, he was just piggybacking on the fuel of the empty. Naruto pushed his hand through his chest and grabbed Moolok's core. As Naruto fueled his own power down through his hands, Naruto sent so much of him into his hands. The entire space started to distort as Naruto gripped his core. He started to supercharge him. He was destroying him from the inside out. As Naruto found the empty its personality as well, trying to assert dominance over Moolok, Naruto gripped it with his new power and ripped it. The entire place went white. Everything was blinding for what seemed to be hours. Time passage seemed to fracture. Time itself broke under the strain of it all. The time that doesn't make sense actually righted for a moment and everything just exploded. The place was quiet. Divine light still reached into the ear. The empty, its essence returned back to what it was. Back to its realm, locked away. No mind, no personality. Moolok, the Obsidian King, erase. And Naruto, his fate unknown. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Please. Sakura breathed a sigh of relief when he stirred. His head was in her lap. You did it. You saved us, she said. Even Ino was crying in joy. Jiraiya stood there as well, happy. Visago somehow survived, having hid when things hit the fan. Now standing there, Ino screamed when she saw him. But he raised his hands, showing that he did not mean her any harm. Truly incredible, he said. He looked at Naruto, who pulled himself up despite how tired he was. But Sakura and the others allowed him to lean on them. The problem was Naruto did not get tired, so that was just a show. The amount of power that was fueling through him a moment ago. Sakura was happy. As she held him, all she wanted to do was go home to get out of this place. But how could they? I can get us home. I'm strong enough now, said Naruto. He felt his lightning tear through reality itself. He no longer needed to find a way home, he could make one. He never even thought that was possible. Jiraiya was happy for them all. As Naruto looked towards him, I can't go. I was killed, I wasn't brought here like these two. Naruto grabbed his shoulder. I won't allow you to stay in this place. Naruto fueled some of his divine energy into Jiraiya, changing him, connecting him to himself, something that he saw Moolok did to the empty. Perhaps it was the only way to bring him back. Naruto then turned and looked towards Visago. What about you? Well, I won't come to your realm, he said. Someone needs to maintain this place and know that the Obsidian King is dead, and I am the only one standing. I'll take credit for what you did, so I want to thank you. And don't worry about me. I'll never come after you because, yeah, you'll kill me, Visago said. So, get going before anyone else see that, well, you're here. Naruto looked towards him, extending a hand. Thank you for your guidance, he said. No problem. In the end, you gave me more than I thought. I'm gonna become the new ruler, he said. Guess I played my cards well. With that, Naruto's power surged as he teared through the fabric of reality. Is that the way home? Ino said. Yes, let us go. With that, they walked through. Visago looked around as he looked to the ground to see. The power remaining. Just bits and pieces here and there. He started to eat it, to fuel himself to grow stronger. He was going to dominate everything. At Konoha, the lightning strike came right at the gate. Naruto wasn't used to the reality traveling thing, so they all came crashing. Sasuke saw it immediately, running towards the area. He ran as fast as he possibly could, along with many others. Ino saw him. Immediately she rushed and hugged him. You're really here, Sasuke said. You guys are back. Naruto pulled himself up. I told you that we would come back. It was the first time in a long while that Sasuke actually cried seeing them all. So now they arrived. When she saw Jiraiya, she ran to him. She jumped in his arms and ran to him. The thought of losing him had opened her eyes in ways that she never thought was possible. And feelings were different now. Sakura turned and held Naruto. She kissed him right there and then. I knew you would come, she said. Time skip. As good as things seemed to be when they first returned, things weren't so good. Jiraiya and the girls. They've been through a lot mentally. They were taking a long while to adjust back to normal time. A very long while, as 6 months went by. But things were starting to come back together. Moolok and the Empty were no longer a threat. Sasuke has kept Konoha safe. Tsunade was planning on retiring sometime soon, but the title would go to Sasuke Uchiha, the defender of Konoha. Not that Naruto hasn't done a lot as well, but Naruto never desired to become Hokage. Sasuke Uchiha believed that he could change things in a very special way. Not just Konoha, but for everything. Time skip. As years went by, as time passed comfortably, Sasuke became Hokage at 25 years old. Him and Ino had settled into a wonderful life together. Sasuke was ruling, and he was expecting a child very soon. As him and Ino has found a beautiful family. Together, the both of them had fell in love deeper than either of them would have imagined. All the trials and tribulations that they faced had brought them together in ways that was so amazing. As for Naruto and Sakura, she was pregnant. She told him. And Naruto, a man that was always serious even in quiet moments, had tears in his eyes. Years of peace. Tsunade and Jiraiya were out of the village. The two Sanins in a relationship as they were traveling, living their best life. Things were things were pleasant. The world, everyone, families were coming together. Peace seemed to be on the horizon. Unfortunately though, some peace did not last forever. A realm beyond the normal one. Naruto had caused great changes by tearing through reality. There were gods in this realm that ascended some time ago. But now, they were aware of one that was able to transcend. And they didn't like that. Especially one known as Shibai Osusuki. Well, that's a story for another time. So yeah guys, this is going to be ending here. I might do a prequel to this, a movie where Naruto has a son and he has to face new trials and tribulations, where he has to fight even more dangerous threats that threaten everything beyond just certain realities. Yeah, I might do a long movie on this one where Naruto is in his 30s and grown and his powers evolve, and his son who is special in many ways. Yeah, so just give me some time guys, but I hope you enjoy this ending. And just to let you know, more series like this coming soon, but I'm out for now. Peace.